In its early days, this car was mocked and laughed at by few Kenyans and who referred to it as a shopping basket. But it didn't stop, it kept on coming and coming. Some of you went further and alluded to the fact that this car, you do not need to wash it in a normal car wash. Instead, you can just carry it and wash it in your kitchen or laundry sink. Very bad, but still this car survived all that and it wowed itself into the hearts of Kenyans. And right now, besides me, on this day of a Conversation Kanisa review is the Toyota Vitz. But this is just not an ordinary Vitz. This is the Toyota Vitz RS G Sport. Sport for S-P-O-R-T. Welcome guys, and I know it's going to be a lovely review. Thank you for your feedback on the last review we did. I know you guys loved it. The power of the GLC 43 AMG was just awesome and we had a blast reviewing that car. So for today, I want to welcome you again for another episode of Kanisa on this beautiful, awesome day. I know it's a Sunday where you are, probably you are from church and you want to enjoy this. So sit back, be tight, and allow me to bring you a review of one of the most celebrated Toyota Vitz in the Kenyan market space today. But this one is just not a Toyota Vitz. Of course, it's the 2016 Toyota Vitz RS GS. Powering up the Toyota Vitz RS GS is a 1500cc engine from Toyota, the 1NZ. The 1NZ? Who doesn't know the 1NZ? The 1NZ is one of the most reliable, dependable engines from Toyota, and I'm happy that they kept it on the Toyota Vitz lineup for the longest until up to 2024. You still have the 1NZ, and not only did they keep the 1NZ on this platform, they further went ahead and made a turbocharged 1NZ. Toyota, if it doesn't fail, do not replace it. Just upgrade it and make it better. That is the philosophy of Toyota for the longest time. So the 1NZ is what is featured on the Toyota Vitz RS GS. And paired with the 1NZ is a CVT transmission. Unfortunately, for this particular car, the one that I'm driving. But you can also get it with a 5-speed manual that is from the Japanese market. And I'm not sure, but I believe in the European market, you can also get with a 6-speed manual, especially for the turbocharged version of the 1NZ and the 2ZR, the 1800cc supercharged engine, still on the same lineup as these Toyota Vitz. So what is special about the CVTi on the Vitz RS GS? This particular one runs what we call a K312. The K312 is a series of Toyota CVTs that have been designed and made to be reliable and last for a very long time. I think in terms of CVT technology, I'll give it to Toyota, I'll give it to Honda. They've done a good job in terms of creating reliable CVTs. What is unique about the K312? The K312 comes with what we call an intelligent mode. An intelligent mode that looks at your driving pattern and offers better fuel efficiency. That is what Toyota claims. So on this one, they say this car can give you an average of up to 16.5 kilometers to the liter, and thanks to the CVTi from Toyota. What other engine options will you find on the Toyota Vitz, be it an RS or a GS or a normal Vitz? One, you'll find the 1000cc 1KR engine, very common in the Kenyan market space, especially for guys who are doing Uber. You'll find them running the 1000cc for fuel economy and efficiency. The second engine is the 1300cc 1NR. That is also very common, and it's the one that you'll find mostly when people are driving around. That is what they prefer because it strikes a balance between power and fuel efficiency. And top of the trim on this platform, the third generation, before I tell you about the special units that Toyota went ahead to develop with Gazoo Racing and Lotus, is the 1500cc 1NZ, one of the most legendary engine on the Toyota lineup, and it's here in this version of the Toyota Vitz GS, and it's reputable, it's bulletproof, it's reliable. On this platform you have two unique and special engine options from Toyota, again in partnership with two companies, Gazoo Racing, which is still part of Toyota, and Lotus, which is still part of the Toyota, lineup of companies. The first engine is the 1500 1NZ engine, which was tuned with a turbocharger, but it's 1NZ FTE with a turbocharger. It could put out 150 HP and 206 Newton meters of torque, and that was done in partnership with Gazoo Racing. The second engine was done in partnership with Lotus, and remember, this all is from 2017 going forward. And I must confess that the first engine in partnership with Gazoo Racing, there are only limited 200 units of the Toyota Vitz that were given for the Japanese domestic market. So you cannot import them in Kenya or any other part of the world, that is. But if you know your way around, I don't know, probably you could get one. So the second one is the 1800 2ZR engine, again in partnership with Lotus, and that engine was supercharged. Again, that they produced 150 units for the Japanese domestic market and 400 units for the European market, and that could put out 200 HP approximately there and 250 Newton meters of torque. That is what you got from the 2ZR 1800cc. Just a reminder, these are limited produced cars for domestic Japanese market and the European market, especially only on the 1800 2ZR engine. These engines were very awesome and beautiful, and for the Japanese market, you will only be able to get the Toyota Vitz, be it an RS or the normal Vitz, with a CVT transmission or a 5-speed manual transmission. That is what you'll get paired to either the 1KR, the 1NR, or the 1NZ, be it the non-turbo, the turbo version, and the 2ZR, the 1800cc supercharged engine. If you ask me, I'll get it with a 5-speed manual transmission, pick the 1800 2ZR engine supercharged, and smoke any guy who looks at me with a bad eye on the road. This is the third generation of the Toyota Vitz, aka the Toyota Yaris in other markets, and it's built on the Toyota B platform. The B platform is shared by a few other common cars in the Kenyan market space, i.e. the Toyota Ractis, the Toyota Sienta, the Toyota Aqua, because this one also has a hybrid engine that I will tell you about as we go on with this review. And this specifically is the Toyota Vitz RS G Sport. And we agreed, all of us, the G Sport is for S-P-O-R-T. What makes the Toyota Vitz RS GS a unique and different car from any other normal Vitz that you'll meet on the road? First is the styling. Toyota went hard on the Vitz GS in terms of styling and just attractiveness. And I want to point out a few things that I made unique on this car that you'll not find on normal Toyota Vitz. First is this eyelid on top of your headlights. Two, you have very nice black with LED stripping, and this is just not a normal black fake air intake, but it's covered in carbon fiber with your nice fog lights positioned quite well. The front, the lip is awesome and beautiful. It looks nice. When you look at the front, when it's coming towards you, especially at night, you will appreciate the value and the niceness of what Toyota has done on this car in terms of styling. The other unique thing that you'll find on the Toyota Vitz RS GS is it comes standard with size 17 tires. Disc at the front, disc at the rear, just to remind you that it has a little bit of thrill in terms of performance. And the aero kit that runs all the way to the rear, and a very nice minimal spoiler, which I must say I expected to be a bit bigger, but this will do the work. The aero body kit on the Toyota Vitz RS GS flows all the way to the back of the car, and you can see that mean diffuser with a very not loud or better sounding exhaust. But the tip, we must confess, it looks very nice, to just sum up the way the rear of this Vitz looks like. And at this point, I think Vitz is dancing to the song Mulinidarau, aha, who is laughing now? Because this car will set you back 1.7 million Kenya shillings. So, watu mlikuwa mnaoshea Vitz kwa sink ya choo, muko wapi? As if the laugh is not enough, the Vitz RS GS, just to remind you, it's the G Sport. Tushaongea maneno. So the badge is there to just remind you that these are nice, well-kitted Toyota Vitz RS. Very nice updated rear lights. I must confess, if you're reversing the car during the night, the guys who are the rear want to enjoy it and they like the way this car looks, the way the lights just light up. Let's look at practicality. Oh, there's no electronic. It's not a luxury car, but that's what you get. So the boot space on the Vitz compared to the competitors, I must say the Nissan Note is the biggest winner in terms of practicality, especially on the boot space and even the interior seating volume. On this one, I can call it decent, but it's not the best in the lineup. I think this one, the Vitz, will beat the Demio. I think the Demio is the only loser here. But the Nissan Note will come over the Toyota Vitz. But again, if you buy this car, you're not buying it to go and carry bags of potatoes. This is a car that you're buying with all this styling and this look. This is a car you buy as a town cruiser and a car that you'll take to hang out with your friend and allow them to enjoy the beauty of what Toyota has done with the Toyota Vitz RS GS. The beautiful styling of the Toyota Vitz RS GS continues inside the interior of this car with very nice little accents that make this car a bit interesting to own and live in or drive for that matter. One is the carbon fiber fittings. You can see they're still having that coming into the car and they are everywhere at the gear lever. I still have some few carbon fiber. I know they are fake, but they just make the car feel nice. You have a very nice compartment there with a USB port. I hope that is for the infotainment system. I haven't tested that yet. Another storage compartment down here, a glove box for storage, which is very, very nice. The seats are actually very, very nice and quality from Toyota. So you have half leather with Alcantara at the middle part. I like leather with Alcantara because once you wake up in the morning when it's a cold day and you sit on a leather seat that is full leather, you will realize alafu shati yako inuke juu hivi na wanga kama umeguzwa na ile maji baridi. So I love the idea that they have Alcantara in the middle just to diffuse that effect of cold leather or hot leather in a sunny day. And they've put a GS badge on the seat just to remind you that these are GS and not any other normal Toyota Vitz to own. A very sporty steering wheel with paddle shifters. Remember the CVT on this car, as I said, it's called the Super CVT, CVT-i. It's intelligent for fuel economy and it has simulated manual mode, which again, as we always know, it's not a real manual, but it's a computer playing tricks on you. But it will make the work happen. Like if you love the manual bit of it, you will enjoy it. I will test it when I'm doing the driving experience. I just experience how it feels when you're doing that. What else? I think one of the biggest improvement and technology aspect of the Toyota Vitz RS GS is the introduction of what Toyota calls the Toyota Safety Sense. This car, believe it or not, has 9 airbags and it's a 5-star rated in terms of safety rating. So you have Toyota Safety Sense, and Toyota Safety Sense will give you things like lane departure, rear collision mitigation, which is a button here, and then you have your lane assist there. You have auto dimming, you know, your headlights can auto dim automatically. You don't need to put it full and then unaweka dim, you know, they've put automated stuff. And I love Toyota for choosing to use buttons instead of putting everything. Like for redundancy, the auto light feature, you have it on the normal light module, and then just if that doesn't work, they have given you a button that you can just press and activate your auto light system. So these are very nice, comfy, stylish place to sit while you're driving this car. And I must give up to Toyota for making the Toyota Vitz RS GS just a fantastic and phenomenal place to live. Did I say it has multi-steering controls. Yeah, you can actually increase your volume and lower your volume. Right from here, receive your call, disconnect your call. But this is still manual, and it's telescopic. Nice. Nice one, Toyota. I see what you've done there. So, nothing much from here. That's all you get from the Toyota Vitz RS GS. And I believe it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. And I really want to pay my 1.7 million Kenya shillings to be here if I have the money. Nasiishi Mulolongo.
Said I'm cold in the water, broken and still feel nothing at all.
Probably you guys are wondering, so how exactly does it feel to drive the Toyota Vitz RS GS? The first thing you notice the moment you sit and start driving this car is the stiff suspension. But you can only feel this dominantly if you're going through rough patches. But when you're on a nice road like the one we are on right now in Susua, the car feels nice. You will not really much feel the difference in terms of how the suspension feels, but you can feel the car planted on the ground. It gives you the vibes of a sports car, especially when you're going through corners. So that's the first thing you feel when you're driving this car. The second thing that will hit you hard immediately you're done with the suspension is the bucket seats that you have on this car. They make you feel like you're driving a sports car, especially when you're going into turns. The moment you go into turns, you can see these butterflies holding you in and tucking you in proper. And that only gives you a very nice feeling, I must say. It's good to have that on the Toyota Vitz RS. If for nothing else, the seats for me, and making sure that they come with Alcantara in the middle. Come on, what else do you expect from this car? But that's not all. The Toyota RS GS has more convenient features, especially when it comes to driving. Driver assist features. I've talked about the Toyota Safety Sense, which is something that Toyota has worked, and it debuts on other cars like the Harrier, the RAV4 from 2018, but they made it possible to appear earlier from 2016 on the Toyota Vitz, especially the RS and the GS model like the one we are driving. And that gives you very nice features like lane departure, lane keeping assist, rear collision mitigation, technology that you probably will not wish or think you'll find on this car, but on this particular car that we are driving, you have all that kitted inside this car. And this car is a 5-star rated car in terms of safety. So believe me, Toyota have outdone themselves on this third generation platform with the Toyota Vitz, and I love it. And does it drive as good as it looks? I don't know. So this is the normal mode. You only have 2 driving modes in this car. So there is the normal, which is eco plus normal, because there's nothing else, and then you have the sports option. So right now I'm doing it in eco normal mode, and I thrash it down. Yeah, not bad. But you can hear the CVT, the 1NZ is just growling and making noise. Nothing fun to enjoy, but it makes the work done. I want to try putting it in sports mode and just see what exactly changes. So I have a button here for sports mode. Clicked it, shows me on the instrument cluster spot. Instantly I can feel the throttle response has changed. It's a bit sharp on the throttle right now. Put your feet on it, picks a bit faster. The steering also has firmed up a little bit, so it's a bit sharp. Touch it, just wants to go. Gives you the nice sporty feel, which is good for the amount of money you're paying. Can I try manual mode? So I'm in sports. I'm flicking the gear shifter to manual, or Tiptronic as it's mostly referred to, and I'm using the paddle shifters. I want to see the simulation of the paddle shifters. Do they shift as good as the computer promises? So I'm going to downshift. That's a downshift. Let me do an upshift. Listen to it. Really? I must say, The shifting is not spot on, but it's close to precision. I must say the computer is doing a good job in just simulating the manual mode. And anytime, right now in gear 5, I can downshift and you can just listen to it. Anytime I click on it, it goes. There's a little delay, like 3 or 1.5 seconds of delay, but it makes the work done. I think for those who enjoy driving in paddle shifters, I think there is a good package here. You can make it work. And that's all from the Toyota Vitz RS GS. And let me just enjoy her. Let me do the sport shifting and see if I can take Mbugua and do 0 to 100 and probably have a feel of what he thinks about the Toyota Vitz RS GS, especially now that he's a younging and he's a guy who'll probably one day consider buying this kind of a car. I'm curious to know what he's going to say about it.
But pain and the chill. Said I'm cold in the water.
Hey guys, now we have Mr. Mbugua. Mbugua is now on board.
I'm here.
And he's Giona Meva Cheers Baba. He looks like the guy who could actually buy the Vitz RS GS. The way he's cladded. So he's either doing an Audi, a Mazda, or this one.
A Tenza. To be specific, the diesel.
Yes. So now, Mbugua, we are here for one simple reason.
As usual.
Hatutaki maneno mingi. Tuna wewe ndo Chebukati, mimi ndo Chiloba. Sawa mzee.
Can see a good stretch over here.
Yes, a very good stretch. So we are just here to settle one debate. Does the Vitz RS GS drive as good as it looks? Simple.
Let's test that.
Sindio? You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is this a good stretch here?
Yeah, it's straight.
Now let's go into this. I'm going to put her in sport mode.
Okay.
She has showed me she's in sport mode.
Nice, nice.
So, are you ready? We launch this.
We are ready.
Show them you have the GPS.
I'm here today. You have the GPS.
Are you ready? We do this.
No guesswork.
Yeah. One. Okay, wait. And 1, 2, 3. Come on, man. Okay.
It's holding. Tufika bado. I told you.
Yes.
So the time is 13 seconds.
13 seconds. 13.75 to be precise. Let me go back in time.
Okay.
What other car scored a 13 point something seconds?
Mind you, it's a premium banner.
It's a premium. It was a premium. So we did 13 on a premium, which had the 2ZR.
The 2ZR.
1800cc, right?
Yeah.
We scored a good 12 on the Honda JRS.
Oh, the Honda JRS was 11, I guess.
It was 11 but it had a 1500cc turbocharged. We did a 12 on the Sylphy.
On the Sylphy?
B17.
11 on a Mach X.
11 on a Mach X. So for a Vitz with a 1NZ paired to a CVT giving us 13.7.
It's quite decent.
It's quite decent. Especially for two comfortable, huge guys inside the car. So I don't know. If you're buying this car, don't be lied to by the styling to think it's a sports car.
You cannot GS Sport.
No.
Especially, mostly I've noticed the GS Harrier to Harrier wanapenda.
Yes.
And then somehow that's GS Sport, the price makes the price kind of goes high. Because basically, yes, it's a GS, but the aesthetics that are there makes it looks different.
Yes. So this is my verdict. If you want a sports version of this car, then you buy the next generation. I think the next set of cars
2017
from
or
2017 going. But
onwards.
again, as I say, they are limited. They are limited to the Japanese domestic market. They only did 200 units for the 1.5 turbocharged 1NZ, and then for the 1800cc 2ZR, they only did 150 for the Japanese domestic market and 400 for the European market.
So you're not going to have the luxury of enjoying those cars.
I don't know. Those ones that guys are hyping, the Gazoo Racing labeled one, the ones that look very nice with turbocharged. I don't know if we'll ever have one. I think there's a guy in Kenya who has one. I think it was given by Toyota. Is it Azura Noir? I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's a racer who is building.
He has the Yaris.
The Yaris. Now the next one is called the Yaris. Actually, the Yaris.
Actually, the Vitz name was dropped.
Yeah, he must have given the Yaris from the Yaris name from probably a European market, because now the Vitz name was dropped from 2017. They fully took over the Yaris. So I want us to do one thing, because you are the guy who I was telling these guys you're the only guy who looks like you can buy this car.
Today I've won the part.
Yes, I want you to drive this car and tell me how does it feel.
Okay.
Just drive.
Let's see. This is different.
So let me see. You know, we are used to having other people driving there. Now it is you. So drive the car and tell me. You know,
the sitting position is nice. I love the fact that they put these small windows to avoid the blind spots. But one thing I don't love about this is the same as the Honda Fit. This big
dashboard that is coming towards you.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's one thing I don't.
Unaona vitu za watoto wadogo vitu wanaangalia.
Hizo ni vitu za baadhi bana. Naweza weka drone.
Tuende kazi.
Tuende. Okay.
Put some weight on it. It actually feels good to be in the passenger seat. I have very good leg room. Yeah, I'm sitting straight. Kind of gives you a bit of a high commanding position when you're sitting here. So it looks very nice.
It's different. Actually, ukikaa hapo unaona kama msee anaendesha upala. But to be on this side is kind of different.
Yes.
You have everything on your reach. And one thing I don't like is when the fact that sport mode is here, I feel it's too distracting.
Yeah, they should have put it somewhere here.
Exactly. Ama hapa pale tu naiona. Same as you see the way Subarus usually put theirs here. You just
sport
switch.
sharp.
Yeah, you switch your modes over here.
Yes.
Other than that,
Subarus are okay. They are. I agree.
But other than that,
feels nice.
Feels nice.
Hauna handrest hapa. Feels nice. Would you buy this one?
You do know the Starlight that I want to buy is about this size.
Yes.
So basically, this size I wouldn't mind buying such this specific size.
Yeah. But so you know the Starlight is the predecessor of this car.
Baby.
Yeah. So it was the Starlight. Then they dropped the Starlight. Then they brought the Vitz. And then later on they brought the Starlight, especially for the African market, na Kenya to be precise. They are doing the Starlight from India. But this is the car that came in to replace the Starlight.
Okay, that I didn't know. I mean, you only learn later.
Yes.
But I love the fact that they're trying to simulate, the computer is trying as much as to simulate those.
The auto shift.
The 6-speed.
Yes.
The 6-speed.
Yeah. Actually, if you go into manual mode, you will see it shifts all the way to 6. Use the paddle shifters now. Up. Again.
I think I should have done so.
Just go up again. See, now it gets to 6. So basically, they're simulating a 6-speed experience.
And I think you can hold. Okay, there's no holding here.
It's simulated. So would you buy this?
I'll definitely buy this, but 1.7 million?
Hey! It's a decent figure.
Apo. But let me tell you something. You see, you know, as a young person, I'm talking about young people.
Yes.
This is one car that people will think is fast. Yes, people want to know that watu watajua, see, haina mbio, watu watajua hiyo. But it looks the part.
It looks the part.
If I appear in this, trust me, people will be like, hey, you're gonna na kapo and stuff.
Stop saying people. Sema tu watasema.
Watu watasema.
You know the people who will be telling Bugu it looks good.
They are ladies, definitely.
People of the opposite gender.
Anyway, can we do the final verdict?
Yeah. Let's do the final verdict. Talk about the value for money. Talk about what this car has to offer. And discuss what other options you can buy with 1.6 to 7 million Kenya shillings.
Said I'm cold in the water, broken.
That's a good buy.
Feel nothing at all, but pain and the chill. Said I'm cold in the.
From a car that was once despised when it hit the Kenyan market, in fact, this is the car that coined the famous word that is used by Kenyans, Kadudu. It was on this car that Kenyans decided that they're not going to call this car Toyota Vitz. Wanaenda ukaita Kadudu. And now it is here and it's being sold at anything between 1.35 to 1.7 million Kenya shillings for this particular unit. Now, I want us to talk about 3 things when it comes to the Toyota Vitz. One is value for money. So a normal Toyota Vitz RS, that is 1500cc paired to a CVT, will set you back anything between 1.35 to 1.5 Kenyan shillings. That is millions, by the way, depending with the grade and quality. But if you go to the highest trim, the highest quality, 4.5 or 5A, you'll find it at approximately 1.4, 1.5 million Kenya shillings. I can't believe a Vitz is being sold at 1.5 million Kenya shillings, but that is it. That's what we have to work with right now. But this particular one, the Toyota Vitz RS GS, will set you back anything between 1.65 to 1.7 Kenya shillings. Millions, again, see pesa tu hivi. So it's millions. And why is that so? The big question is, does the difference of 200 or 150,000 make value for money on this car? And my answer would be, it depends. Could be a yes or it could be a no. If you're a person who loves the styling and the beauty of the GS, then yes, it makes a lot of sense. You get a very nice full body kit on this car. You get a very nice diffuser. You get a very stylish exhaust tip. And some few other things from the interior, like nice stitchings, bucket seats. There are a few things that if you value them together, I think it makes sense to have the 150 or 200,000 on top of the normal price tag placed on a Toyota Vitz. But again, if you're a guy who doesn't fancy these things, then just to buy a normal Toyota Vitz RS with a 1500cc, same thing that you'll get on this car minus all those things for only between 1.4 to 1.5 million Kenya shillings. And you can do that courtesy of AUTOSELECT by Carnversations. AUTOSELECT by Carnversations can import you or get you or source your car locally that is verified for quality, performance, and sustainability in terms of ownership. And not only do we source and give you a quality car or import for you a quality car, we help you change your car ownership journey by giving you consultation and guidance on how to drive and keep your car in good condition. So in summary, who would buy this car? My profile is a young guy, probably a tech bro who is coming up, or a guy who loves style and loves reliability at the same time, and a guy or a lady who will want to turn up in places and people will go like, wow, your car looks fantastic. Is it a real performer on the road? Can you scare people with this car? No. My answer is no. But these are cars that will make you feel sporty, it will make you feel nicer, it will make people go wow. So these is the people. So those are the people that I feel probably this car will make a lot of sense to buy and own. I've been your host, Ibrahim Toloi. Remember to follow me across all my social media platforms. Subscribe to Carnversation and follow Carnversation across all their social media platforms, because we are here and we are back and we are giving you content back to back. Kaizen is our spirit. Continuous improvement is our motive. See you on Monday for Carnversation Monday Night Live.
Broken and still feel nothing at all but pain and the chill. Yeah, the waves crash, oh so slow.